guys, it's Liv. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to teach you how to meal prep like a pro. I know a lot of meal prep videos show you like a week's worth of breakfast, lunch, and dinners where the meals are the same every single day of the week. I personally love variety in my diet and I love eating different things all the time. So what I do when I meal prep is I just kind of prep ingredients after I go grocery shopping, and then I use those ingredients to kind of like mix and match meals throughout the week so that I'm not eating the same thing every single day. I also wanted to let you guys know that I started a podcast. So it is called Life Chats with Liv B, and it is available on iTunes, Spotify, and Castbox. And I actually brought it up today because in the second episode, one of the things I talked about was cooking all my meals at home and not getting takeout so much. And I thought that since I talked about that in this week's podcast episode, that I would make a meal prep video to help those of you who want to start cooking more of your meals at home. Okay, I know that was a lot of information, but that is everything I have to say for now, so let's get into the video. Start off by preheating your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Press your tofu to remove the excess moisture and then chop it into cubes. Add it to a mixing bowl and drizzle on the soy sauce and maple syrup, and I like to try to do equal parts of both of these, but you can just eyeball it, and then add some sriracha for some spice. Toss it to combine and then set it aside to marinate, and the tofu will soak up all of that good flavor. I love using the end of a loaf of bread that is a little bit on the stale side to make croutons for topping salads or soup. So chop your bread into chunks and then put it in a mixing bowl and toss it with some olive oil, salt, pepper, and parsley. I love using this garlic olive oil, but if you wanted a garlic flavor, you could use regular olive oil and garlic powder. That would do the same thing. And then line a baking tray with parchment paper and add the tofu to one side and the croutons to the other. And then just bake it in the oven for 8 minutes. Put a pot of water on high heat to boil for some pasta, and when it's boiling, you can add the pasta and cook it according to the package directions. In a separate pot, I like to cook a grain like rice, or this week I decided on quinoa, and I just cooked that according to the package directions as well. I also like to take this time to chop up my vegetables, so I chop up the vegetables I want to eat raw and store them in one container. And then the vegetables that I plan on cooking, I put in another container. Feel free to choose whatever veggies you like, of course. So at this point, the croutons will probably be done, so you can take those out of the oven. Stir the tofu and put it back in the oven for another 8 to 10 minutes, and you just want it to get kind of golden brown and as baked as you like. So then drain the pasta and remove your greens from the heat, and then just allow them to cool slightly before putting them into the containers. And then when the tofu is cooked and golden to your liking, you can remove it from the oven and place it into a container as well. The last thing I prepped this week was a homemade pancake mix. So I doubled my fluffy buttermilk pancakes recipe and mixed all the dry ingredients into a bowl. Make sure you mix it super well and then put it in a container or a jar. And all the measurements for this and directions for making the actual pancakes with this mix are linked below. So now it's time to show you how I used all of these ingredients to make some meals this week. So for the pancakes, I just wanted to make 2 for breakfast. So I used a half cup of almond milk mixed with a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. And then I mixed that with a half cup of the pancake mix. And if you want the full directions on how to make the perfect fluffy pancakes, I will link the video in the right corner of this screen. So just click the little I button. And then I just added some slices of banana, some blueberries, and of course, maple syrup. So the pasta literally takes 5 minutes. I just add some veggies to a pot with some oil and cook them a few minutes until they're softened. And then I add the cooked pasta, some store-bought sauce, and coconut milk, and just cook it for a few minutes until everything is nice and hot. And then I also like to add a little scoop of hummus to give it some extra creaminess and flavor. Also, nutritional yeast is amazing in this, of course. Another super quick meal is a quinoa and tofu bowl. So again, I just cooked some veggies in some oil, and then I added the tofu cubes as well to reheat them and just make them nice and crispy. And then I microwaved the quinoa and added it all to a bowl. I love adding some avocado, which of course you'll want to slice just before you eat this so that it doesn't turn too brown. And then I also added some sesame seeds and plum sauce. I bought this plum sauce from my grocery store and I love it so much. It's so simple, but this meal tastes so delicious. And then the last thing that I've been loving making that is so simple as a side or a snack is just a salad. So for the dressing, I used this pesto veganaise and added some water to make it easy to drizzle. And then I just washed and chopped some lettuce, added the dressing, added the croutons, and served it with some extra raw veggies. So it's just super easy, but it's also just really great if you're trying to get some extra greens into your daily life. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this video was helpful. And like I said, if you want to check out my podcast, it is called Life Chats with Liv B. You can find it on Spotify, iTunes, and Castbox. Whoa. Also, I wanted to mention that my cookbook officially releases on February 15th, and a lot of you guys have already started getting your copies. I guess Amazon is shipping them out early, so I'm so excited, and I love seeing you guys making recipes from it and loving it so much already. So thank you guys for your support. And again, thank you so much for watching this video. I love and appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you all next week. Bye.